Mike Moore Media.
It's our monthly podcast from Rockingham Community College. And on the line, I have David Dillard, Department Chair, Applied and Industrial Technologies. And you're new to RCC, David, so welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from, and I still live in Martinsville, Virginia, just about a half-hour drive north of here. Worked at Patrick and Henry Community College as an associate professor of general engineering technologies. I worked there for over 25 years and retired there and wanted to get into leadership here at Rockingham Community College, and I was afforded that opportunity.
Well, we're glad you're there. That's a great place to be, so wish you all the best at RCC. Now, let's talk about applied and industrial technologies. What are programs that are being offered in your department?
Okay, so we have a couple of three Associate of Applied Science degrees. One is an Associate of Applied Science degree in Industrial Systems Technology. That's sort of an umbrella program. Under that program falls an electromechanical certificate, certificate in industrial automation and maintenance, and there's also a troubleshooting certificate. One of the other associate's degree programs we have here is an Associate's Applied Science in Electrical Systems Technology. Under that program falls certificates in electrical wiring certification for people that want to go into industrial or commercial electricity, and there's a programmable logic control certificate, which is a growing technology being used in industry today. The third associate's degree program we have here is an Associate's Applied Science in Computer Integrated Machining. Some people call it CNC machining. But what that does, that involves, for the most part, machining metals, woods, and other materials into parts that will go into assemblies. And so we have a certificate that falls under, a couple of certificates that fall under that associate's degree program, one in manual machining, another in computer integrated machining fundamentals, and a third certificate in computer integrated machining as a diploma. We have some diplomas in air conditioning, heating, refrigeration technology, and you can get a diploma here in welding technology.
You know, I'm hearing you just name some of the things that you offer there at RCC. These are all very important jobs. Everyone's hiring. We need these positions, don't we?
That's correct. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of people that are starting to retire out of those jobs, and they need new people, fresh bodies and fresh minds to replace those positions.
We're all excited, and you're coming in at a good time with the construction underway now for the Center for Workforce Development. What programs will be offered there, David?
The programs that we're offering at that new building will be, it'll house the Small Business Development Center. It'll house the computer integrated machining. It will house advanced manufacturing, mechatronics. And those programs all are kind of a combination of our electrical systems degree program being married together with the industrial systems technology program.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's going to be great to be in that building, isn't it?
It is. It is. I'm excited.
Yeah, we all are. I've heard about Industry 4.0. I don't know anything about it. What is that?
Okay, so first we'll talk about the first three industrial revolutions that the industrial world's been through. The first industrial revolution started with the use of, you had these businesses cropping up around water sources, and they started to batch produce items for sale. Even now, you can find that there's still a lot of industries that are alongside rivers and bodies of water. But the one technological invention, if you will, that came along that kind of signifies the first industrial revolution was the advent of the steam engine, and using fire and water to create steam to actuate motors, turn systems, and make things run. The second industrial revolution came about with the production and control of electricity. being introduced to industry, and as well. And the other part of that is the electric motor, which is a very important part of why it became so popular in industry. Mm-hmm. So electricity, electric motors, and the development of mass production, which was started by Henry Ford when he began to mass produce cars that common people could afford to buy for $300. Mm-hmm. And so that was the two shifts in the second that kind of marked the second industrial revolution. The third industrial revolution came about when we began to marry computers with machines, and the computers would control machines. One of the first devices that was where you had a machine married to a computer was what we teach here in CNC mills. They were controlled by what's called NC code. And the NC code, you had these cards that had holes in them, and those holes represented sort of binary math, if you will. Mm-hmm. And they had programs on them. So you'd slide a card into this machine. The computer in the machine would read the card and then follow the directions that were programmed to that card. And so during that third industrial revolution, we had PLCs, programmable logic control, introduced to industry, computer-aided drafting and design introduced into industry, the introduction of a robot. In fact, General Motors was the first company to introduce both the robot and the programmable logic control unit to their industry, to their manufacturing process. And that kind of brings us to the fourth industrial revolution, which is where we are now. So the fourth industrial revolution it's really, there are a couple of things that kind of come into play with that. One big one is how we communicate and how machines communicate with machines. And so I don't know if you've ever heard of the phrase, the Internet of Things, mm-hmm. But the Internet of Things is one good example of the Internet of Things is how now a lot of people with newer vehicles, they can communicate with their cars through their cell phones, right? So they can. Yeah. Some people can monitor their fluids. They can see if they need gas. They can crank the car in some cases, and so all of that is being communicated through our communication networks. And
to hear you just to give us that perspective, going way back in time. Thank you for that, because that brings it to where we are today. And I'm wondering, what classes does RCC offer related to Industry 4.0?
Well, the programmable logic control system, which is essentially just it's a computer that is scaled down and streamlined and designed to operate in an industrial environment with all the dust and changes in temperature. We offer a certificate in that. That's sort of the brains of the whole operation of an automated system, right? So that's one of the classes that we're offering in that. All of the foundations in the Industrial Systems Technology program, as well as in the Electrical Systems Technology program, which are two separate programs now. We plan to merge those in the future. Those are all of the foundations that you're going to see as we get into moving towards Industry 4.0. Mm-hmm. So our automation, there are going to be jobs created where people have to maintain these systems and repair these systems, and we currently offer those in both the Industrial Systems Technologies program and the Electrical Systems Technology program.
We have come a long way over the years, haven't we?
We sure have.
Yeah. You're talking about robotics and automation, and you're just saying now that some people say, well, that's bad because it eliminates jobs, but it's creating jobs too, as you just mentioned.
It certainly is. The robots and the automated processes are being introduced to industry because humans lack the repetitive accuracy and repeatability of robots and automated systems. And so as we begin to try to, on this journey, it's a continuous improvement of products and systems in industry, those jobs that humans used to do that require repetitive, they're dangerous, they need precision and accuracy. They're going to be replaced by robots, but there will be people needed to program, maintain, upgrade those systems that are now being installed in some of our newer industries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. That's good to know. And we've covered it here a little bit, but it really is a good outlook for someone with a degree or a certificate from RCC in an applied and industrial technology field, isn't it?
It certainly is. In fact, if we think back to 20, 30 years ago, a job in manufacturing, I mean, you could make a living, but it wasn't. The jobs were kind of dirty, and some people made careers out of them. But now, with this new technology and people that are going to be required to have a certain skill set, it really ups the amount of money that's possible at working in manufacturing and in industry. Mm-hmm. And the field is wide open for new talent to come in to these positions that are being created every day.
Rockingham Community College offers so much for so many people, and what you're doing there in applied and industrial technologies, it's exciting. I can hear your passion there, David Dillard. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you for talking with me today.
Before we wrap up, we've just got a couple of minutes, David. You're coming in at a time when there's a lot of construction going on. The parking lot the administration building is gone, and all the work that's going on there. Give us an update on construction there on the campus. Okay,
so they broke ground in August when I first started here. They started clearing the land for construction. The construction has been moving at a very rapid pace, faster than I thought it would happen.
Yeah.
Programs are scheduled to move into the buildings in April and May of 2023. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that. And they're moving right along. They're moving right along. They're having to shift traffic back and forth to make the updates to the parking lots and the roadways, but it's coming along at a pretty good pace.
It really is, yeah. I was there on campus recently, took some pictures and posted those, and amazing to see how that work is progressing so quickly. Wow. But we need it. We've got to get that workforce development building in place, haven't we?
We sure do. And
yeah.
It's an exciting time here at Rockingham Community College.
It really is, yeah. And we're excited that you're there. Thank you, David Dillard. It's good to talk to you. Wish you all the best there at Rockingham Community College.
Thank you, Mike. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, that's a new member of the team there, David Dillard. He is Department Chair, Applied and Industrial Technologies at Rockingham Community College. He just started a couple of months ago, worked in higher education since 1995. A great addition to RCC. And if you need more information, I always like to direct you to their website, and that is rockinghamcc.edu. rockinghamcc.edu. Lots of good information there. And, of course, their Facebook page.